y'all, welcome back to the ministry. I wanted to do a short video where I wanted to talk about the last part of the health regimen. I wanted to talk about what you can do after 7 p.m. So after 7 p.m., a lot of us, after dinner, we get ourselves a sweet tooth. So what I would suggest, there is protein powders, like I use TLC's matrix brownie mix, and I would take that, put that in, like, you get yourself a good oat milk, almond milk, or whatever, if you're lactose intolerant, type plant-based milk. Or there's even cashew milk, so on and so forth. I've heard safflower, sunflower milk. I've even seen them when they do the blends, when they use the blender and then what do you call it? What's the word? Siphon it. Sift it. And then they just drink the milk after that. So that's a way that you can go about, having a very clear milk product that you can make in your own blender. So you can do that and do a milk like that. Do Ovaltine. Ovaltine's, that was my mama's generation on like a good healthy drink that you can drink at night, cuts your sweet tooth, and it's healthy for you. It's like a smoothie. And I was so happy. When I say I was so happy. There's a vegan couple I watch called Make It Dairy Free. And they have been doing food reviews for the past 3 or 4 years. And I saw them do some vegan ice creams and all of this. And they mentioned Ben & Jerry's has a good ice cream, so on and so forth. If you want to like test that sweet tooth for yours, good healthy substitute. I mean, when you look at the health element, it's healthier, but ice cream still ice cream is the same thing. That if you can make a cheesesteak sub vegan, is gonna be a little bit healthier, but it's still a cheesesteak sub. You get what I'm saying? So, but if you're juicing and you're doing all of these things and you're eating fruit, 9 times out of 10, that stuff will cut your sweet tooth anyway. But if you're one that's more prone to having a sweet tooth, that, like a brownie mix or Ovaltine or something like that, and then maybe if you get you a like a shortbread cookie or something like that, curve you from eating heavy cakes and pies and all that kind of stuff. Something you snack on is a cookie that a friend of mine used to always get. They call biscuits. That little bit sweet. It's nice. You can dip it in your smoothie and eat that instead of having something like a full-on cake, you get what I'm saying? But I'm always looking at things like banana breads and all of that. Remember the list of things I gave you for the first 18 days of the consecration back in November? I think it was November into December. That list is still there. You can go back and see those recipes are still in the community post. I wish I knew how to collect certain things like that and make a list of playlists of community posts. That would be awesome. I think you can do it in Facebook, but you can't do it over here. But yeah, to be able to collect those and then give them all to you, as besides just taking them and doing a list of all, because I don't think I can do whatchamacallit, uh the links to the blog posts to link back. I haven't been able to see where I can do that here on YouTube. So, but they're there, and then of course you can always go to my Go Vegan Facebook page. I mean, not Facebook page, my actually you can go to my Facebook page and get the list, because it's a bunch of good recipes on that one. But um it's another, oh, I was gonna say Instagram. So yeah. Next, what else did I want to talk about before I left here? You really just want to think about changing your diet, doing a nice Daniel fast. I know when I changed my diet, the way that I changed it is I did one 21-day consecration, and then I did a second one. In the second 21-day consecration, that's what led me to eating the meat substitutes. So whenever I was interested in having something to substitute with meat product, that's what I did. So, and there's so many new vegan meats now that I'm finding out. I found out about a vegan prosciutto. There was a recipe I made for my father who eats meat. And I was like, man, I'd love to see what this would taste like if it was vegan. Where I actually wrapped chicken breast in prosciutto. Now I'm thinking if I was to do a vegan chicken breast and then wrap that in, they got Mia prosciutto, and do that in a crock pot with a vegetable broth. Oh, that would probably be really good. Don't let me get off in my food tangent. But yeah, understanding your body, understanding your health, understand what you're eating. Because you want to make sure that you're eating right. Because we got to take care of our bodies for these relationships and for the assignments that we're about to run into. We got to move. We got to be able to move and maintain. So, next to that, oh, I wanted to make sure before I close out this video, I wanted to talk about the diets. Some of you, it may be good for you to look into blood type diet. There's a book on the blood type diet. There's lactovariant, meaning you may be one of those types of people. I don't want to give up no eggs. I don't want to give up no milk products, cheeses, all of this kind of stuff. I think that stuff tastes nasty any other way. You lactovariant. Look into lactovariant diets. Keto diets, meaning you're cutting back on bread products, but I notice keto has more meat in it. Keto is waiting for your body to slip into ketosis, which is kind of what we do when we consecrate for 48 to 72 hours. You slip into ketosis around 2.5 days. Because it's either 18 to 36 hours or 48 to 50 something that you slip into ketosis. So you kind of training your body in a ketosis manner. Now, I intermittent fast frequently, but you have to understand what it is that you're doing. Now, for those of us that are coming in, that's another thing I wanted to address. I'm going to go back to the top to talk about that. Um, Thinking about how you're taking care of your body, because we got to get these bodies right for pregnancies. Hello. A lot of us have been dealing with our spiritual babies and trying to get them out. We ain't been focusing on the physical one. A lot of us have been driven to overindulge because of the stress of the warfare that we've been dealing with. Hello. Next to that, there's a video I saw here on YouTube, and you can look it up. It's called "These People Live 120 Years Drinking This Apricot Juice." Hey, we Christians, what does it say in the word? That we are promised 120 years? So you might want to get on top of that. This particular country has apricots, and the country has a water shortage for a period of time. During the season that there's a water shortage, they take apricots and juice them. So there's a lot of cool things that you can do with your health. Now, let's move on to pregnancy. What are you doing to prepare your body for pregnancy? Now, Daniel fasting. Daniel fasting can be done while you're pregnant, as long as you're not doing it to an astringent level, which means you can eat your salads, eat them to the fullness of the degree that you would eat. You can eat. I knew somebody that during their pregnancy, they would incorporate fish once a month during their pregnancy. A lot of people do still do the consecration. They still taking in their water intake. They're doing that, but they're not as astringent, meaning if you're a faster that fasts all food altogether, no, you're not doing that. If you're one that does a lot of fluid consecrations, no, you're going to do your fluids, but you're going to do the fluids to the amount that you're supposed to intake as a pregnant woman. You understand what I'm saying? Then, when it comes down to your diet, you're just going to eat healthier. I've looked into the diet regimen of a woman that should be eating well and healthy as a person that is vegan. Now, every pregnancy is different, so you have to look into what's good for you, because you be getting cravings, you be getting all this kinds of stuff, and because of cravings, your body may actually reject things that it would be accustomed to on a regular diet because you're pregnant, because now you're dealing with the discomfort to the child or multiple embryos that are in your stomach that are like, I don't like that. I don't like that green stuff that you're drinking. Yeah. Now, what was the name of it? Was that what it was? No. I'm thinking of Peas in a Pod, but Peas in a Pod is a maternity store. I'm trying to think of it was what was the name of it? It was a pregnancy powdered drink that I don't know whether it was a protein powder, but it's supposed to curb nausea when you're pregnant. Let me see if I can find this video. Hold on. So, I couldn't find it, but there is a powder for that. You can look into a good powder, but I can't find the name of the one that I had written down, or I had the video saved somewhere. It's probably still there. I just didn't have time to go through over 235 videos and figure out which one was the one that had that in it. But there's that. And what other pregnancy things? You have to figure out what's best for you, vegetable wise, fruit wise. Another thing, understanding the proper vitamins that you need to take during a pregnancy in comparison to the vitamins that you would take when you were just operating for your natural health. Now, some people like to take like an all-in-one multivitamin and they'll take nothing else. That's good. Sometimes the multivitamins, you need to check the brand and make sure that they're good vitamin for that. But then you end up having to switch because there may be some supplements and nutrients that aren't gotten because you're preparing for a child. I remember somebody had once gotten me a multivitamin that was for that, because there are a lot of people that take those types of vitamins because of the hair growth supplement, and it's a lot of other supplements in there that are good for the body, but there's a particular hormone that can actually cause you to deal with a lot of stomach discomfort and all that kind of stuff. And it's interesting that even pregnant women, they suffer from more morning sickness and stuff like that because of the combination of the type of vitamin supplement. Now, I've heard, now some people have tried this, that it was one vitamin called Complex, and it's a blend that you get under Complex that's specifically for pregnancy. That's something that you may want to look into. Now, I don't know if AG1 operates that way, but you might want to look into that. But those are all the things that I can think of right now off the top of my head that I wanted to discuss before I move on to my next point. So, I'll see you in the next one.